We're going to lay flat on our back to begin with. So if you even want to set yourself up, bolster under your knees, maybe even a pillow under your head if you like. Allow yourself to be super comfortable. I'm taking a blanket over me to stay extra warm and extra nourished in this practice. So as you come down onto your back, either bolster under your knees or not, support under your head or not, totally up to you how much you allow yourself to be supported by your equipment. And then just closing down the eyes, take as many or as few little wiggles and jiggles as you need to iron out any of the stuff of the day. And then totally up to you, I'm feeling inclined to take my hands resting onto my belly. But you might like to take your hands beside your body, palms up, to be open to receive all of the beautiful nourishment of the practice. Perhaps you're feeling like you need to be a little bit more connected and grounded, in which case just take the palms facing the earth. And then once you've given yourself those first few moments to just wiggle and jiggle and shift position and sway and move and rock, appreciate that moment where the body realizes it's comfortable and just slowly exhales and comes to stillness. And in that space of stillness, then just allowing the mind to be curious about the breath. And just focusing on the breath because it's the most gross in terms of big, the most gross movement that's happening in the body right now. And then we'll tune into the more subtle movements that are happening beyond and into the depths of the inner landscape of the body. So watching the body move as the body breathes. Belly expanding and contracting. If your hands are resting on your tummy, just noticing the way the hands gently move. Perhaps they slightly come apart under the fullness of the belly and then come back together as the belly descends back down towards the earth. And when you feel like the mind has begun to create a gentle relationship with the breath, allow the mind to move deeper into the body and see if you can recognize or sense or feel or experience the more subtle movement of energy in the body. For me, I have some pressure in my scalp. There is a very scattered, jittery, energetic movement happening around my belly and my pelvis and slightly up into my chest. There is warm, fuzzy energy feelings in my legs. So seeing if you can notice those more subtle layers of energy in the body. There's nothing you need to do or be concerned about or change or need to control or alter. Just simply observing. Noticing how your energy body is feeling in this very moment. And after you feel like you have allowed your awareness to move through the whole landscape of the body and captured a brief understanding of what might be happening inside of you, let's bring your awareness down to the heels and the weight of the heels heavy on the earth. And then feeling the back of the calves resting on the earth or on the soft bolster. Noticing the back of the knees gently bent if they're resting on a bolster or straight out against the hard floor. Bring your awareness to the back of the thighs. And the softness of your bottom connected to the floor, as well as the connection of your sacrum hard against the earth. Notice the whole back body resting on the floor. Back of the shoulders, all the way up to the back of the head. Noticing your arms and hands wherever they're resting. And take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, completely surrender into the practice, onto your mat, into this moment. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Deep breath in. And breath out. Just take your thumbs and gently rub the pads of your thumbs to the index and middle fingers. So right thumb rubs against right index and middle finger. Left thumb against left index and middle fingers. And then drawing your palms together and rub them gently. Feeling the thumbs, the palms, the fingers, the backs of the hands. To experience what it feels like to be in touch with yourself. We're going to move from here, not too far away. We're going to stay on our back. And we're going to come into was called Viparita Karani, which essentially means legs up the wall. We're not against a wall. If you are close to a wall, you're most welcome to take your legs up the wall. You're going to press your hips up and pull your bolster underneath your bottom so that your bottom is connected to the whole surface area of your bottom is connected to the bolster. I had a pillow under my head. I have moved that out of the way because you want your whole shoulders, back of neck and head just firmly connected to the earth. So just move the pillow out of the way if you had one under your head. So hips are risen up onto the bolster and you're simply sending your legs straight up towards the sky. And then resting your hands onto your lower tummy. It can get a little tiresome having the legs suspended with nothing to lean against, which is why it can be nicer and more restful to take your legs up the wall. Doorway as well would be totally fine. This is a really, really nourishing pose for your nervous system. This gentle inversion, it's really calming and grounding. So if you can tolerate resting your hands on your belly without having your hands on the floor, hold the lower belly in a gentle embrace, like you're really nurturing and holding yourself. You don't need to have any effort in the ankles or the feet. The feet don't need to be flexed or anything like that. Just let them be soft and loose. Gentle bend in the knees is totally fine. And just take a few deep centering breaths. And then take your awareness up to your feet. Notice any sensation in the feet. Notice temperature. Notice physical sensation, vibration, tingling, buzziness. Every breath you're going to inch your awareness up the legs, so dropping the awareness towards the ankles. Noticing sensation there. And the next breath in, dropping awareness into the shins and the calves. And just simply observing, watching and experience your sense and embodied experience of whatever is happening in the body energetically. Awareness to your knees, front, sides, back, and to your thighs. Awareness to your bottom and your sacrum, heavy in the softness of the bolster. Notice the whole pelvis. Your hands resting on the lower abdomen. Awareness coming up the torso to the rib cage, the chest, and the back of the body resting on the earth. Notice your shoulders, the collarbones, back of the neck and the throat. The hardness of the sensation of the floor against the back of your head. And noticing the face, pressure of circulation coming into the head. Noticing the whole head. Take a deep breath in. A deep breath out. Just really, really slowly bend your knees. Allow your heels to fall towards your bottom and hug your knees into your chest. Just take your hands, wrap them around your shins as you pull the knees in deeply towards the chest, a strong flexion through the hips. And just rest here for 5 breaths as you really feel the change in sensation around the feet as they come down closer to the heart. A rush of blood moving into the lower limbs. And then send your knees away from you. Place your feet back on the floor. Lift your hips up off your bolster. Just press your bolster back down underneath your knees and come and lay flat on your back for 5 breaths, just allowing the whole body to come into a neutral position. Reintegrating back in a neutral space. Just keep taking the opportunity to tune into this inner landscape of the body to really feel and sense and notice what's happening. And then roll over to your favorite side and give yourself a couple of breaths there. And then we're going to press up and come into a supported child's pose. If you have a block, we're going to take the block under the top end of your bolster. Bolster in between your upper thighs. And coming and laying over the bolster, knees wide, hips over your heels. And just take the arms wherever feel comfortable. You might want to stretch them out. You might want to keep them close. You might want to tuck them under that gap between where the head of the bolster is off the floor. And then sink the awareness of breath down into the pit of your belly. And really focusing here on calming and slowing the breath. And in doing so, we calm the mind and the nervous system. So just notice if you're holding tension in the belly and really allow it to let go. Once you're feeling settled and rested in the shape, just allow the mind to traverse the inner landscape of the body and start to notice and tune into and sense and experience whatever is happening physically and energetically. To notice where sensation arises, to notice the parts of the body that are feeling really free and open. To notice if there's any discomfort, any changes in temperature, coolness or warmth. Just turn your head to face the opposite direction if you have one cheek connected to the bolster. And just give yourself 3 more breaths here. On your next in-breath, just slowly rise up, bring your shoulders stacked over your hips, and just rest up in an upright position for a moment. We're going to take a similar expression of this pose, but come and sit on your bottom. We're going to stay in this forward fold. You're going to take your bolster in front of you and rest your knees over your bolster in a seat. But then you're going to bring the soles of the feet together and take the knees wide. And so it's quite a soft position through the legs, just not really strong with your heels towards your bottom. You keep your feet quite far away from you and length in this little diamond shape you're creating. And then you're simply going to take your forearms onto the bolster and drop the chin to the chest. And you're really rounding through the back body here. So I want you to sort of feel like you're completely bucketing out through the belly, really rounding through the spine, through the shoulders, chin to chest, And again, find as much softness and complete surrender through the belly as possible. I have to always take an extra conscious check to make sure I have softened my belly, because I think it's softened. And then I check again and I'm like, oh no, I'm still holding a little bit of tension there. I think that's a conditioning for women, particularly, to keep the belly taut and tucked in and tight and strong. Really allow it to be soft here so that you can just find some freedom in the pose. And breathe deeply into the belly. And then again, once you're feeling settled in the shape, just gently scan through the body. You can start at your head or your toes, or somewhere in between. And just move your awareness through the body to see what's happening. See if you can do that. Notice what you sense and feel and experience by just simply observing, without any need to consider or alter or change or create a story about whatever you're experiencing, but to just simply be aware. And just a tendency of the mind to take a piece of information and then trace through memory, draw on past experiences, draw on our self-perception, our limitations, our fears, our doubts, our shames, and then create a story about whatever it is that we're experiencing in this moment. But the invitation tonight is to just simply notice, to get really clear about whatever you're feeling. Letting go of the reasons why, what ifs, how come, and just simply allowing. On your next in-breath, slowly lift the chest up just enough to be able to straighten out the legs now so that the hips, knees, and ankles are in alignment. And then just keep folding over. We're just going to take 5 more breaths here, but just having the legs in a neutral position. Continuing to stay in the depth of the fold, breathing into the belly. Noticing how that shift in the position of the legs alters whatever you're sensing or feeling in the limbs. On your next in-breath, really gently roll up. If you need to for a moment, just take your hands onto the floor behind you, just to straighten out through the spine. Keep the chin anchored a little bit down towards the chest, just so that you're not taking your gaze up and kinking out the back of your neck. And then come and lay flat on your back. Really enjoy that process of that whole back line of the body coming back into a balanced state. The front body and the back body neutral. See if you can really tune in to the very subtle vibrations and changes in the body as you move in and out of these long holds and deep fascial stretches. It's a really deep counterbalance pose to what we've just done. You're going to roll over to your side and just come up to a seat for a moment so we can get set up for the next position. You're going to take your bolster lengthways, I would say about the center of your mat. And you're going to take your bottom onto the bolster and take a block at the end of your mat. You might want 2 blocks stuck together where your feet are going to rest over them. And you're going to have your calves or ankles supported by the blocks at the end of your mat, and your whole body supported by the bolster, except your shoulders will fall off the end. You can see my shoulder blades are right at the tip of the top of my bolster, so that my whole head, neck, shoulders can melt over the top of the bolster. I'm taking palms facing up as a way to really open up through the front of the chest. Just pick up the back of the head and lengthen it so that the chin remains tucked in. And this is purely a stretch and opening through the front of the chest, an extension through the thoracic spine, which was just really curled and hunched over, but keeping the rest of the body nice and straight. If this is kicking out into your lower back too much, you can take your feet bent and either draw the blocks back closer to you so that your feet are resting on the blocks, or you can take your feet onto the floor. We won't be here for too long. So breathing deeply into the chest, it's so easy to really tap into that expansion through the chest here, this beautiful opening through the chest. So really experience the breath coming in and out. And then when you feel settled and really locked into that expansion through the chest as you breathe in and out, spend the next few breaths, the next few moments just allowing the mind to melt into the energetic body, to notice, to sense, experience, feel, to be curious about how the pose alters and changes sensation within. We're just here for 5 more breaths. To come out of this pose, when you're ready, just simply bend your knees, take your feet onto the floor, and roll over to one side. Press your bolster out of the way. And rest on your back with your knees bent, your feet flat on the floor. If you feel like you need to hug your knees into your chest for a moment, just to integrate the spine flat on the floor. We're going to come into a little easy spinal twist. So if you haven't already, hug your knees into your chest. And we'll allow the knees to fall to the right side. And keep both of the knees stacked. So top knee stacked on the bottom knee, as a way to really try and keep the pelvis and the sacrum as neutral as possible. And stretch your arms out wide, making sure the left shoulder is plugged down to the floor. After you find a few moments of stretching into and adjusting your position until your body feels really comfortable in the space, fill yourself up, feel the whole front body expanding on the in-breath. Perhaps you can feel the gentle pull through the shoulder and the belly on stretch through the twist. For the next 5 breaths, see if you can stretch the breath out a little longer and a little deeper on the exhale. Really filling the whole body up with breath. Breathing out, surrendering, completely landing in the pose, deepening through the twist. At the end of those 5 breaths, gather just enough energy on the next inhale to draw the knees back to the center. Just take a centering breath flat on your back with your feet on the floor. And draw the knees into the chest as you breathe in. And take your twist to the opposite side as you breathe out. Perhaps you notice some slight differences in the way you're feeling on this side compared to the other. Just allowing the mind to stay curious in observation rather than trying to create any drama or story to intellectualize or understand. This is simply an opportunity to observe, to be witness to whatever's coming up in the body without any need to do anything more. And 5 deep breaths here. Taking your next breath in and slowly rolling back onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a little squeeze and a hug. Maybe even bring your forehead to your knees. And then open out onto your back. Bolster underneath your knees. Pillow underneath your head if you wish. Blanket on to be warm. Take a deep breath in. A big sigh out. Deep breath in. And a full exhale. You might like to take your arms beside you, palms up or down, completely up to you. Allowing the whole back body to be resting on the earth. Bring your awareness to your right thumb. It's nothing to do but simply notice, sense and feel. Let the whole right thumb be relaxed. Bring your awareness to your right index finger. Right index finger relaxed. Right middle finger. Right ring finger. The right little finger. All of the fingers are relaxed. Take a deep breath in. Breath out. Notice the right palm, the back of the hand resting on the floor, the right wrist, the right forearm. Notice the right elbow, the right upper arm, the right shoulder. Notice, sense and feel the whole right arm and hand and fingers. The whole right arm, hand and fingers are relaxed. Breathing deeply. Notice the back of the right shoulder, the right side of the back of your torso. Notice the right butt cheek connected to the earth, the back of the right hamstring, the right knee, the back of the right calf, the pressure of the right heel resting on the earth. Notice the sole of the right foot, the right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Noticing the top of the right foot, right ankle, the right shin, the right kneecap, the right thigh, the right hip, right side of your belly, the right rib cage, the right breast, the right collarbone. Notice the top of the right shoulder. Notice the whole right side of the back of the body, the whole right side of the front of the body. Notice the whole right side of your body, the right side of your body relaxed. Take a deep breath in. and out. Notice the right ear, back of the right side of your head, top of the right side of your head. Notice the right side of your forehead, the right eyebrow, eye, the right side of your nose, the right cheek, the right side of your mouth, the right side of your chin, the right side of your jaw. Notice the whole right side of your head and face, the whole right side of your head and face, completely relaxed. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Crossing over to the left thumb. Noticing, sensing, feeling sensations. The left index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. All of the fingers relaxed. The left palm, the back of the hand, the left wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the left upper arm, the left shoulder, the whole left arm and hand and fingers relaxed. Notice the back of the left shoulder, the whole left side of the back of your body, the left side of your butt cheek resting on the earth, back of the thigh, back of the knee, back of the left calf, heel resting heavy on the earth, the sole of the foot, the left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe, the left ankle, the left shin, the left kneecap, the left thigh, the left side of your pelvis. Notice the left side of your belly, the left rib cage, the left breast, the collarbone, the top of your shoulder. Notice the whole left side of your body, the whole left side relaxed. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Notice the left ear, the left side of the back of the head, the left side of the top of the head, the left forehead, the left eyebrow, the left eye, the left side of your nose, the left cheek, the left side of your mouth, left chin, and the jaw, the whole left side of your head and face, the whole left side of your head and face relax. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Bring your awareness to the crown of your head. Whole head relaxed. As you breathe in and let the breath go, Carry your awareness all the way down, washing over your body, your whole body relaxed, your whole body relaxed. Deep breath in, awareness to the crown of the head. As you breathe out, awareness washes down the whole body resting on the earth, the whole body relaxed. Simply notice the body being breathed. And the weight of your body resting on the earth. Lick your lips and gently swallow. Begin to breathe a little bit deeper. As you awaken your awareness, come back to that inner landscape of the body to just sense, feel, and experience. Take a deep breath in. Open the mouth gently as you allow the breath to escape in an audible sigh. As you start to gently sweep your head side to side and move your fingers and toes. You make your way over to your favorite side, curled up into a little ball. And make your way up into a seat. Take a hand onto your belly and a hand onto your heart to just hold yourself in a loving embrace. To take this final moment to just check in and notice how you're feeling before you carry on. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out fully. Bowing head to heart. Honoring yourself and one another. Namaste.